Okay, so today I'm going to introduce you to the vehicles that we run. This is Angie's Vauxhall Vectra B V6 2.5 GSI 1999 model. Black. It's a solid black, it's not metallic. The metallic blacks on the ones after 2001, I believe. There's not many left in black GSI, especially in this condition. So it's a bit of a rarity. I'll take you a walk around the inside. So this one originally came with the Recaros, which you get only on the GSIs, which were like a cloth material, and they were electrically height adjustable. But Angie didn't like those, so he swapped them for some heated leather, black leather, which I think goes pretty well with the car, including the leather door panels, which are genuine leather. They're not vinyl or anything like that, which you don't see much in cars nowadays. We swapped the GSI steering wheel, which normally has a silver bit at the top and at the bottom, for the standard SRI item again, because we both prefer the standard one, and this again is proper genuine leather. It's not like a eco leather or vinyl like you see in a lot of model cars. And also for the gear knob, that is a genuine leather item, which is actually off an Omega, which fits onto the Vectra gear lever, and it's an interference fit, so you have to whack it quite hard to get it to fit, but we got it there in the end. Also it's got genuine leather gaiters on the gear lever and the handbrake, because the original items are just like a vinyl and they end up wearing out and look a mess, so these just look and feel and smell much nicer than the standard items. This is the armrest. I've covered that in a very soft leather, again genuine leather. The original one was just like a foam item, and this is just nice to the touch, and it matches the rest of the interior. Also it's had the surround for the centre stack painted in a gloss black metallic by an actual body shop done professionally, so I think complements the rest of the interior quite well. It's only got 104,000 on it, which isn't a lot of miles for one of these really. It also has a sunroof, which is quite rare in a Vectra. It's the only generally came on the CDXs, with a quite an expensive option at the time. I've done the headlining in black, as well as the B posts, A posts, and also the C posts, which you'll see in a second. And I've used a high quality plastic oat paint for that, which is better than the standard matte black paint that just flake off after a while. This has been on like 18 months and it's not started to peel or flake or anything. Oh, we've also fitted rear electric windows in this, which it didn't come with as standard. It's just a case of putting the mechanisms in with the motors and putting a separate loom in, because the wiring luckily is already here on this, so you just plug it in and it works. The speakers have been uprated in the back for quality items. The original back ones aren't as good as the front ones. The front one's the original 3-piece items, so we're stuck with those. Yeah, it's in generally very good condition. It's also got high quality tailored velour mats. They're not like a generic fit thing, they actually fit the car really well. And the front part of the seat there goes out. So for a long journey or something, it's more comfortable behind the knees. So you can relax your legs better. But yeah, it's good condition. The wheels are the standard GSI wheels that have been painted in a graphite grey. They're actually powder coated. We had them done professionally. It's not a rattle can job. These have been done very well. They're glossy, of course. Calipers are painted black. Standard brakes. The front ones have been uprated to the 308mm items. The discs, same calipers, but the discs and carriers are larger than the standard 288mm. The 308mm are fitted on the 2.6 V6s after 2001. That's when they changed to the 2.6. But yeah, it's works out pretty well. This is a 2.5 V6. Every one of these engines was produced at Ellesmere Port, and they were shipped all around the world to go in various GM vehicles, including Pontiacs, Saturns, Saabs, Holdens, you name it. Anything GM had this engine in various forms. This is a 2.5, and I think this one produces 192 horsepower. The standard 2.5 V6 produces 168. But because this is a GSI, it's got different camshafts and a reprogrammed ECU, so you get the higher output from this one, which gives better mid-range torque, as well as a bit more horsepower at the top end. This one's been uprated with a high pressure fuel pressure regulator. I think it's 3.8 bar on this one, so it just runs a bit more fuel pressure, helps the throttle response. It's got a pipe across cone filter, which just helps the sound really, because the induction sound is fantastic on these. A lot of people say it affects the performance having a cone filter on, but I've run one on my other V6 for what, 9 years plus, and I've never had any issues with it with MPG or performance or heat soak or anything like that, so that's what I run on this one. Also got the Irmscher Double D back box on it, like you get on a SRI. Angie preferred that one to the standard twin round item you get on the GSI, so we fitted that one instead. I've refurbished that by cleaning it up and painting it, obviously with decent paint, so it seems to have lasted. It's been on 2 cars now and it's lasted a good few years, and the paint hasn't come off or anything. And it sounds great and I think it looks good. It's got a centre section of the exhaust that's had the silencer removed. It's got what's called it's called a racing tube. It's just the silencer removal item, so you just get a bit more tone from the tailpipe when it's running and driving. With regards to performance, I don't think it actually changes anything, but it just gives it that bit of difference to a standard item. It's got a full trip computer on this, so the controls are there, the computer's there. And this gives a readout. You cycle through it. It's got a stopwatch as well, which is pretty cool. Not sure why you need it unless you're doing like long journeys and see how long you're going to take to get there, and times before sat nav and all that lot, or doing all to 60 time, I don't know, but yeah, all works. To 60 time of the 2.5 V6, I think it's around 7 seconds, 7.5, something like that. Top speed, it's 149, top speed is 150 out of it. You do have to rev them a bit to get them going, but generally they're not too bad. You've got enough torque to pull you in like 3rd and 4th if you don't want to, rev the nuts out of it. They handle really well, despite what a lot of people say about Vetras. People who say detrimental things about the handling of a Vetra have probably never driven one or own one. So, pretty good in that respect. Let's use the horn there because some guy just pulled out on me. Oh yeah, this has a truck horn fitted to it as well, because people don't seem to listen to the standard horn. They just ignore it, so the truck horn gets their attention a bit more. This is quite a steep gradient, and I'm now in 4th gear at 48 miles an hour, and it's pulling quite happily up this hill. So I've owned this car since about, I think it was August 2021, and it came from east part of the country. which is a good thing because it's lower down the country than we are in the northwest, and generally cars that haven't lived in Lancashire, Yorkshire or Scotland or anywhere like that, they don't tend to have a lot of rust on them, and this one's a prime example of that because there isn't really any rust on it. The wheel arch is in very good condition, the inner arches are fantastic, the chassis rails, behind the rear bumper, everything's in very good condition. If you buy a car that's lived most of its life in the area that I live in, you'll find it's in much poorer condition than this one. So we've done pretty well to find this one. So the Vetra's a pretty good motorway cruiser. You can easily do like 200-300 miles on it and you're not going to get out fatigued. They're a comfortable car, they're quiet, and they've got the power to use on the motorway. Facelift Vetras from 99 onwards, before 99, they had different bumpers and lights and mirrors and various other things that were different to the facelift ones. The facelift 2 litre SRIs and the 2.5s and the 2.2 litre petrol engine ones, they use the Getrag 5-speed gearbox, which is codenamed the F23 gearbox, and it's a very tough unit, good for up to about 350 horsepower or something like that, and it doesn't, like, they don't explode or anything like that, and that's what item this has in it. But the proper robust gearbox, the earlier 2.5s use the Saab gearbox, which there's nothing wrong with that at all, it's just a different kind of gearbox altogether. That was codenamed the F35, I think, and Saab is still producing that for many, many years after the Vetra had ceased production. Many vehicles have gone extinct now, such as this one. For example, a car with a naturally aspirated V6 motor, hydraulic power steering, and a manual gearbox is something that just doesn't exist nowadays when you're after a new car, and it gives a car great character when you're driving it. You get a lot of feedback obviously from everything, really. You know, you get the engine, you get the you know, you can change gear in it, and the steering's fantastic in it. It also has a cable throttle, which on the 2.6 version that came after this, the same basic engine but modified, it came with an electronic throttle body. This is still a cable operated item, which I think gives better throttle response, and you get, again, more feedback from the engine, more control. Take this big sweeping bend. Where we'll conclude the test drive. Right, so that's the introduction to the Vetra. You'll be seeing this car on the channel in the upcoming future for various bits of maintenance and possible modifications, but it doesn't need much modifications really. Yeah, so there you have it. 1999 Vauxhall Vectra 2.5 GSI.